And maybe you can write it down. If God wants to do something new in your life, one of the requirements is your level of preparation. Your level of preparation. Jesus said, no man want to build a tower that will not sit down and count the cost. How much will it cost me to build what I want to build? So if God is set to do something new in your life, are you prepared for what is coming? What God is going to give is not a problem. Can you receive it? I'm asking God to give me children. Can I father a child? Lord, I want to be married. Do I have what it takes to be a married person? Either a man or a woman. Because God will not give a mature gift to an immature Christian. In 2 Kings chapter 4 verse 1 to 6, hear this. Where your capacity stop is where His blessing in your life will stop. Where your capacity stop is where His blessing in your life will stop. Where your capacity stop is where His blessing in your life will stop. The higher your capacity, the higher His blessing. The lower or smaller your capacity, the lower His blessing. 2 Kings chapter 4 from verse 1 to 6. One of the prophets that served under Elisha died. The wife of that prophet, before the prophet died, he was owing money. The pastor died and left his family with debt. He was owing money. So the creditor came and said, we are going to pick your 2 children. Now she ran to the senior pastor and said, sir, my husband, your servant, is dead. But before he died, he was owing money. And they said they were going to pick my 2 children to be bondmen, to be slaves. Then he asked the woman a question. What do you have? You see, God will always ask you for what you are asking for. What do you have? Father, give me house, give me house. You have a land. There were territories that Solomon could not conquer until he grew very well. The throne of David was shallow and fallow until Solomon became very mature. So when Solomon came, they were fighting for a throne, but they don't have what it takes to be king. You get what I'm saying? So God allowed them to battle until they grew. They were fighting for years till they grew up. God allowed the fight so that they can become men. There are problems you are going through. God is still trying to raise you to become an adult. Spiritual things, adulthood in spiritual things is not age. It starts with that depth of knowledge. He said, count them of double honor as elders who have labored in the word and in doctrine. I don't know you are a Christian until I see your lifestyle conforming to the scriptures. Then I can check. Then I can mark your script. The woman came to the prophet, so the prophet said, get container. Now listen to my analysis. Get container, then borrow. To get container and to borrow can tell you that it will not be the same product. It will not be the same ship. Maybe she got a gallon from Mama and got a jerrycan from Pastor Obi as a neighbor, and they just combine up. Now let's assume you came with different container. You know what that means? If you want knowledge, there is a vacuum, you will fill it. If you want money, as long as there is a space, there is a capacity, you will fill it. You want wisdom, sit at another container, you will fill it. So the more space you create, the more grace it will release. So the woman kept pouring the oil, and then she asked her son, do we have more gallons? She said no. The Bible said what? The oil stopped. Meaning, if they had brought in more containers, the oil would have continued. The more space you create for God, the more grace He releases unto you. God does not lack what to give. You are the one that does not have what it takes to get it. They kept feeling, 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 and He finished. Now hear this. There is a part you must not cut out of that narration. The instruction of the prophet. Every time you walk, you take a step without God's instruction, at the end there will be destruction. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end is destruction. Every time you walk by yourself, by your mind, you know what David said? He said, order my steps, give me instruction, and I will live.